I don't know what kind of games you play, but like literally every modern day, not even modern, literally like every video game has you pressing a button to run. Oh, there we go, my stream's now up, I think.
Oh, there we go, my stream's now up.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna queue into a game and then just sort of mess around at the statue. I still kind of like not knowing what's coming up next. I only know pretty much everything happening this time, like today, but I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow and the day after. It's kind of fun to sort of have like daily events for 6 days. My estimated wait time is an hour, 2 minutes, and 40 seconds to just get into a game. Why? My internet must have bugged out like the moment I readied up or something. It's the only way I could think of for it to say so that I'd have to wait an hour. So I think the game that I ready up into to actually watch the event will be in about 13 minutes. So I have some time in this game. Of course, though, I mean 13 minutes readying up from the lobby. I just realized that beacon that's like shining out from the Pandora's box has probably begun today. I'm assuming you're probably gonna join the stream. It's still 15 minutes away before the event actually starts, so you don't have to worry about rushing to it or anything. Jeez, Pandora's box is glowing bright.
I recently started using fire.
How come? That makes sense. However, it does run a lot slower, as if I'm aware. Are the Coral Buddies still on the sword? I think they are. This visual effect on my screen when I'm over this area is wild. Wait, I know this exact visual effect. This bugs out every now and again. This like weird one that looks like there's beans everywhere. Every now and again when I open up my battle pass or my quest tab too fast, it shows that effect on it. So I've noticed that the sword doesn't boot you off unless you're standing still a bit too long. Oh wait, it killed me that time. I wonder if the game thought I sprint jumped off, rather than getting launched off. Normally it like protects me. The audio's really busted here for some reason. These guys' bullets are just not bulleting. Like the spectate is just like bugging out like so bad as if it was like replay mode. So yeah, once the time hits 12:55, that's gonna be the time where I make sure I'm at least in the lobby and already up around 56 or 7. Just so I'm in like in the sky and whatnot all at the perfect time. I'm not even hitting these shots. That time I did. Damn. I kind of find it funny how with like with Pandora's box sort of being like the main thing for the story, pretty much this chapter. It's funny how having it as a back bling is exclusive to just this skin. And the sword looks so cool, being mostly complete. It's like almost there, fully. I actually kind of want to check replay mode actually to see if the Crow buddies are actually on there because I swear I saw them. It'd be kind of funny to just sort of see them on there. Actually, I don't think there's enough time. Yeah, I'll just try to. There might be. Ooh, my account level is almost 5,555. 50,000 more levels added onto that, and that's where my next actual goal will be, I guess. Oh, this is just buggy. I'm like emoting whilst gliding with the default glider. It's just a funny little clip to have on the stream, I guess. Oh, yep, they definitely are still on the sword. I honestly don't know how these guys are still alive. Is there a zoom on here? Oh, there is, but it's not binded to any buttons. Oh, it is though. It's the bumpers. Why is it so blurry? It like doesn't want me close to them.
I'm thinking about setting one of my containers in these bots I custom made, right?
Pickle.
But I don't know which one I want to switch it to. Should I do monkey bot, Codsword, badass? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's monkey.
Pickles, pickles, pickles. I find it funny that. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's a weird effect to sort of just see. As the game sort of like loads in. Does this guy have a face? He does. I am the statue now. Well, that'd be a funny camera's perspective. I wonder what it's like if you're on top of the statue. I'm not gonna waste my time doing it, because this is gonna be the last time that this thing even happens, and obviously I want to actually watch it from a good camera perspective. Luckily, since I have the insight of how the things are gonna go, it means I know like a really good spot to be watching from. This time it's not going to be in between Pandora's box and the statue. I also can't have my attention fully focused on the sky all that much. I don't know how slow the internet will be. So I don't know if I should ready up at 56 or 57. If I do it at 56 though, I might do it too safe. My stream still says it's upcoming on my end, but I know it's definitely live. Yep, I just had to reload it. Yeah, I'll wait till 57. Because even if I'm a bit late, I'll still just be high up in the air a little bit and I could skydive down. Mine's at like a million or something. Like 100 million. I don't remember. I feel like the carry weight cheats are just another almost essential one because it is so easy to get your carry weight maxed out. Okay, in a couple seconds here, I'll be readying up. It's 57 now. These next few minutes are gonna go by so fast. But I think these first 3 of those next few might feel a little bit long. So I think I'm gonna try to stick to the, I think, upper left corner, I believe. Yeah. I find it funny how some of my predictions for stuff ended up turning out right with this event. Mainly with the stuff that's happening today. Since we've had a lot of bits of info, there's enough info to actually guess what happens today. However, no one else really got to it as close. This pickaxe matches so well, though. Oh, the bus is in the perfect spot, but it's like, I want to glide over. I might hop out after the bus is, like, close to the end of its path, just so I have time to back up. It depends on how long it actually is. Oh, it just turned 59, so yeah. Luckily, I'll have such a good view because I'll be high up. I think the game literally has something set up to rift you up to a certain height, so you can watch part of it better. But I'm pretty sure that only applies to people who are below that height, so I'll have a better look. I have about a minute to actually make it to the good area. No, actually like 30 seconds. Oh, here we are. Just gotta back up a bit more. You'd have, if it was 4 p.m. and you have to wait till 6, that'd be 2 hours. Oh, this event does have controller vibrations. It's good that I turned them on. By the way, it's starting if it wasn't obvious. I forgot to turn off all my UI stuff, but I guess it won't really matter all that much. We know the deal here. It's nice, almost golden looking. Oh, it did rift me up. Oh, I see someone else in the sky. Funnily enough, some things that I commented on Twitter has already become a reason why leakers have decided that the roadmap is more real now. And it was me noting the fact that it was a bit odd for them to just do like some wild guitar in this when it still started off like the normal Fortnite kind of instrumental. And I sort of remembered how they were having a collab with Metallica, according to the roadmap, and it was specifically set to be like a major collab, as it was just put in the same area as like the Star Wars event and stuff like that, like where the important stuff would be. So I was sort of noting that there's a possibility that there's a bit more to it than just, you know, just a Fortnite festival thing. No, it wasn't really all that obvious because of how high up I was, so if you want, I can go into replay mode and sort of show what happened with Pandora's box there. Because afterwards, you'll have noticed that it's just kind of gone. And it's not extremely obvious exactly where it went. Remember the first time you started playing? Help out a new player today. It's nice that just because of the specifics of like when I started playing Fortnite, that I can actually put a date to it as long as I just go like look up certain season release dates. Oh my god, this bug is happening again. Just emoting in the sky. Okay, let me turn on all these menus so I can see what I'm doing. So I'll go free. I'm gonna get back down here. So we can watch the event from the perspective of someone looking like right next to where Pandora's box is at, I guess. I'll speed things up. The audio's a bit busted, but still works. The music's all fucked up because I had it sped up. So the box sort of just kind of fizzles away and sinks into the water as all the energy it was releasing sort of goes all the way out over here. Now, I think it's kind of obvious from the previous leaks from like the first day everything started to get leaked on what this is out here in the distance. I believe everything else now for tomorrow and the day after should be revolving around this. There are more leaks around it, but there's also 2 files still. Like a file for tomorrow, stage 5, and a file for the day after, stage 6. So there could be more. I sort of wanted to check something just because I don't know whether or not it was today or not. But there are stuff in the files for the statue to have cracked after something happens. But the statue looks perfectly fine. I'm gonna go into a new game just to check on it, though. If it's not cracked now, then that means that there's still more. Something's gonna happen with the statue. But yeah, just like sort of how I sort of guessed, the sandstorm is coming in from the south. I find it funny because the only info I had to base it off of was those lightning strikes. Like way earlier this season, just the marks for those were found in the files, but no one really knew what they were other than lightning strikes because that's just what they were named. Of course, now we just know it was the chaos from Pandora's box. But I was sort of predicting that. A lot of people thought it was going to be Zeus sending strikes over one by one out from the ocean towards the island until it hit the box. Whilst I thought something happens with the box going outward there, and that's where the sandstorm came from. So that's sort of what I meant about me getting stuff right, as everybody thought things were going to go like the inverse order, and just didn't know where the sandstorm was going to come in from. I find it funny though, like way earlier this season when like everybody just thought we're just gonna get 13 or 16, I don't remember what the exact number was, for those strikes. And then that was just gonna be the whole mini event for the season. We were just gonna get like 16 lightning strikes. And then here we are, day 4, and this wild freaking shit's happening. So yeah, that sandstorm is just gonna be stuck out there in the distance. But I'm pretty sure if you know how Fortnite does things, then I think it's kind of obvious how these last days of the season are gonna go with that. Because we're currently like about to be in the last week of the season. 2 a.m. tomorrow will be exactly a week away from the downtime for the next season to start. So yeah. And would you look at that? The statue is all wrecked up and cracked. But are the coral buddies alive? They sure are. I feel like it'd be cool. I won't be surprised if like when next season starts, this is gonna be all like crumbled and collapsed. The light looks so beautiful. just hearing like the freaking music from Mount Olympus just faintly playing every now and again.
You want to see something funny? Go over to my stream and watch how I deal with this.
Dude, I swear I have like a fever or something. I feel so warm right now. Badass.
You're not supposed to be in there, Travis.
Isn't, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't Travis the guy that's on the Diamond City radio? Thought so. I swear I remember him being named Travis. From just when I was listening to the radio. Why? You don't like listening to him? All of his stuttering and shit? I guess lore-wise, with Fortnite, we also have to have our eyes on a character that we have no idea what they look like. But we know that they're referred to as the Wanderer. I'd have to assume that that's probably the name of a character from next season. Or, like, maybe the end of this island after Season 4. That works. Yeah, based off of the leaks that I already sent you before, you already know that the sandstorm's coming closer. It will come closer in, like, a few stages. I almost want to say that that will be mostly what tomorrow and the day after is. But the fact that we already have those stages leaked tells me otherwise. But I'll keep you informed on whether or not anything interesting is actually going to happen tomorrow and the day after. How did I not realize that the cracking that's on the statue is literally just the cracking that you get from, like, a damaged structure? I didn't realize it was just the exact same texture, but just, like, stretched in a way to where it lasts longer instead of fitting onto smaller items. I keep seeing people flying around. It's weirdly calm here. Like, no one started the boss fight with Zeus. Oh, I spoke too soon. Someone just started it, and they're getting murdered right now. That's kind of cool hearing this music. Oops. Let me turn my vibrations back off. I wish I knew one of the glitches to, like, glitch the free play, like, not free play, the replay mode camera out of bounds so I can sort of get closer to the sandstorm. Ooh, another thing I forgot to mention. You might have noticed that when the Pandora's box was sort of like having all of its like chaotic energy bounce all the way out into becoming the sandstorm, two of those bounces ended up actually hitting the island. So I think it's a perfect time to oh wait, why am I doing this? I could use replay mode. So yeah, Pandora's box is now like fully emptied now. I think that's the main reason why it sunk into the water. I wonder if it's just, I guess, a vacuum inside of there. It'd explain why it's not just floating.
You know, I'm surprised that you're allowed to walk into some buildings in power armor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, go ahead and walk on that wooden structure. It'll be
So I only know the rough locations of where these strikes are at. So it might take me a little bit of finding. I feel like one of them has to have struck somewhere around here. Oh, yep. Found one of the markings. You know, funnily enough, all the leakers were talking about how these weren't actually craters and whatnot, because it was just a flat texture. But it looks like Epic at some point put in the 3D model, so it's not just a flat texture. Because all we had was just like that, you sort of see that black char mark that sort of like spreads through all the cracks and whatnot.
I wouldn't be shocked if how they did it was they did it as a flat texture to kind of trick the leakers a little bit.
And because like I just sent you the image of what we had.
And maybe like flat with it in the file.
I almost want to assume that they might have just reused one of the older ones. Because the green doesn't even match up at all on the grass, on the edges of it, of the 3D model.
Yeah.
So I believe it could have been one of like the Chapter 3 ones. Now that was only one of them. The other one should be somewhere out here, I believe. Unless I skipped past it without realizing it. Let's see.
I just bribed the chick to go talk to a guy.
No, I don't think I'd ever thought I'd ever hear you refer to someone as a chick.
I was talking about
I know, but like still.
eh,
Oh, this is kind of disorienting moving around like this. Let's see if maybe the leakers already know where they are. Won't be surprised if the one that I showed off was actually the second one. Let's see here. And another thing is that it could have just been a mistake from the leaker who did it. Because it's like the leaker who often shows off like map change related stuff is not like the most popular leaker. And usually most of the time their work is seen off of other leakers just crediting them rather than from the source themselves. Okay, so I think I did actually fly right past it. Because I believe it is somewhere around here. Is it this house? Most definitely not. Oh wait, no. It could actually be all the
I
way.
just thought of a funny thing they could add to Fallout 5.
If they ever do it. It's been so many years. Since
I'm
4.
saying they are planning on most of the time.
Oh, that's good. Maybe they can do good graphics. Oh, here we are. Here's the other strike. It was just a bit slightly further out.
But yeah, what I was thinking the best
Yeah.
is they basically do where there's color tapes around the map with songs on them, and you can add songs once they're in there.
Mm. So, what do you think about this mini event compared to the others?
Interesting. How come?
It's definitely a lot better compared to the other ones. This was clearly the most important one, since it had the music to it. But who knows? There could be more still. Which replay file had the event? I'm gonna get a statue perspective of the event. Just because it would be ridiculous. You know, it'd probably actually look somewhat interesting.
Someone hunt you down.
It's kind of cool how it sort of sends this big pulse across the island. I think it happens twice as well. No, just the one. Now, I guess one thing that should be obvious is that this is definitely not a normal sandstorm. Because if we're supposed to believe that it's just made purely out of the chaos of the Pandora's box, then the sand that we visibly see from the sandstorm is probably just stuff it picks up from the ocean. And it is probably just a chaos storm, which is probably the reason why it's going to be causing the apocalypse. How would I rate my opponent's ability to escape from me, in combat? I like how when they made this sort of preset thing, they forgot to put a space after the first, like, preset random line of text. I'm going to say that their ability to escape from me is way too high. My ability to escape from my opponents is way too low. In other words, my opponents are way too good at the game. Suspiciously so. Well, I think that's it for this live stream. This one lasted 40 minutes.